y'all, welcome back. We have a segment that we are really loving here in Nightmare Radio.
I'm enjoying this a lot.
I think our listeners are too. So, of course, us three queens, we could really just hold it down on our own as we've been doing. But I think it would be fair to bring in the male perspective from time to time. So this week we have Pat in the building, Patron 1914 on Instagram.
What's up?
One half of the Wait On It podcast. We love the Wait On It podcast.
Preach.
A fellow Georgia Southern alum.
Absolutely.
Welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. Grand Rising and I shade.
Yes,
Okay,
Grand
period.
Rising.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, so Pat, we had to get your opinion on it because I know what you bring, what kind of energy you bring. Exactly. So we talked about it earlier, the Quavo and Wheatie debacle in the elevator. Mm-hmm. And it really just brought up, we kind of inched around the topic earlier, but it brought up some very interesting
double standards
that I noticed when it comes to us talking about conflict in relationships.
Okay.
And double standards, that it's no secret. Women and men, there are so many different double standards that we all abide to. But sometimes these double standards can seem to kind of sort of like, be negative for the man. Mm-hmm. So I just wanted to get your perspective on how to handle a situation, a tense situation with your partner as a man if things get physical, not associating or accusing anybody of domestic violence.
Got you. Yeah. Unfortunately, that situation could have been prevented, in my opinion, just through conflict resolution. It seems as though they did not have the construct for crucial conversations, so they don't know how to. And that's where I feel like their relationship failed. Ultimately, Quavo's in a lose-lose situation in that instance. There's nothing he can do. Nothing. Even as he approached the situation, he still physically put his hands on that woman. And so for some women, that's a deal breaker. And, even though she seemed like the aggressor from the small clip that we saw, we don't know what led up to that point.
Right.
We don't know what kind of conversations they were having, what type of altercation they may have been having prior to that point. All we saw was basically about a 20-second clip. And of the 20 seconds, we saw about 6 seconds of interaction between a male and a female. And you know what they say, men don't hit women. When it should just be, don't hit
anybody.
Period.
Right. So what happens in a situation like that? Because real life is real life. And I'm not condoning. Y'all know that I'm an advocate. I don't play about that shit.
Yeah.
But what happens if you find yourself in a situation where the argument is getting heightened and the woman actually, offenses you in some way, slaps, a mush, a finger point, a push. How, as a man, what's the right answer? What's the right response? Is there even a right way to address a situation like that? How do you effectively contain the situation?
Yeah. Again, it's through conversation, recognizing your partner, recognizing who she is, and understanding how she then has triggers.
Yes.
So triggers is the thing.
If you're not paying attention to your woman and those situations occur, more times than not, you're going to be in a situation where you're going to end up like Quavo. So again, it's being attentive to your woman, but at the same time, if that situation does occur, you have to walk away.
I'm not the devil's advocate of shit. Yeah. Okay. However, especially after Lil Nas X train, I'm not the advocate of nothing that they got going on. But also for women have to know males' triggers as well.
Yes.
And I feel like some women like to play on those triggers.
Facts.
That I know that if I call you a bitch ass nigga,
you're gonna be upset.
So I'm gonna call you a bitch ass nigga to see, to push your buttons to see if you're gonna take it that far.
I only have one instance, because I be saying I ain't disrespecting no man out here. But in 8th grade, shout out to you, Brandon O'Brien. We got great friends now. Right. I don't know exactly what happened, but I slapped the shit out of this man. And when I tell you it ricocheted down the hallway in Stephen Simmons' clip, it was like
Brittany.
The echo. It was horrible. It was so embarrassing. And you know what he did? He grabbed my little ass and pushed me up against the water fountain. My friend Brandon, and he stands at 6'5" now. So in 8th grade, he was a smooth 6'1", 6 foot. My feet were literally dangling.
Yeah.
And I was so fucking scared. That was the last time that I've ever placed my hands on a man inappropriately
one thing that I could definitely say that I appreciate and something that you mentioned was conversation.
Yeah.
In my dating experiences and now that I'm in a new relationship, I could definitely appreciate how him and I bring everything to the table. I've never experienced that before. And I think that is very important, like regardless of whether the conversation makes you uncomfortable, if it's hard to have, if it brings up other emotions, like we could revisit this, but if we are having some type of discord, some type of disagreement, we have to talk about that.
Yep.
And I think that was something that I noticed that Wheatie had mentioned in some of her other interviews, which it was crazy to me because I know that we don't know everything about their lives. Like we don't know the ins and outs of their relationships, but I did see a couple interviews where she mentioned that Quavo was teaching her how to love because certain communications and things she was not brought up on. Like she was taught to be hard. She was taught to have a hard exterior. She didn't really know how to show emotion. And so that's a good point to bring up because honestly, it just brings more perspective to the situation. Because if you look at the tape, Quavo was literally like, I know everybody's like, oh, he stood there and didn't help her up, but like I said earlier, like if you in a heated argument and you really looking for your nigga to pick you up afterwards, try again because it's just not happening. You would be having false perspectives on life expectations and shit just don't go down like that.
But given the shit that don't go down like that in the heat of the moment and she done wished you and she charging at you, it ain't no time for conversation. So are you
it ain't no time.
Or are you gonna stand there and ball
but
up in
even
the bar?
But even like she said, they have since reconciled. They had that big ass Valentine's Day flowers and candle situation. So you know that it's just honestly, it's just about. I forgot my line. It's just like you just gotta be that's what I was gonna say.
You know?
So if you're in a situation to where you are not used to something, or you know she's not used to showing that love to somebody, then you can see how she was the aggressor in the situation. That's why we as women have to take inventory of ourselves and our actions and our crazy, because we be crazy as me.
You know what that is though?
What?
It's actually something that I've been advocating for probably about the last 3 or 4 months. Is self-mastery.
Yes.
Oh, my man was talking about this.
Who are you?
Yes.
How do you identify when those instances or those actual situations arise? How do you respond?
Yes.
Right.
Or do you react? And in that, can you communicate that to your companion or your significant other for them to understand, like, okay, all right, certain things trigger her in this manner. When I do X, Y, and Z, I can expect this response from her. And same for the male, you have to be cognizant of who you are, what your traumas have been, have you addressed those traumas, and then educate the people that you're then trying to be with in regards to what you've done. It's the gap analysis. This is where I was. You don't know that person. You know me now. You need to know the work that I've done to get to where I'm at now to be in your face.
Exactly.
It's a problem, though. A lot of people don't want to do that because it then takes them looking in the mirror.
I was just about to say that as individuals,
drop the jewels.
he is bringing the knowledge today. But as individuals, we have to do the work, and the work is never ending. Like once you conquer one thing, you have to encounter something else.
Just like Michelle said, you're constantly becoming. There's no finished product. The time that we're finished is when God removes the breath from our body. You know,
so it seems like but it seems like that was something that they were working on.
Yeah,
it seems like they had worked on that together, and even in relationships, that is something that you have to do. Like you have to reconcile once you realize that this is what's going on. You know, I work on this with my man, and that's why it's good to keep shit off the net and people out your business.
Yeah,
because when you have to do the work and you have to do the work with your partner, and you fell out on Facebook and you talking about your nigga, and now 3 months later, a year down the line, you and your nigga back together, and everybody looking at you like,
group. Did I not
everybody
just make
looking
a post
at you
about
like, what the fuck is going on? This is prime example number one. Why you keep your shit to
after
yourself.
You done told the world that he's crazy, but now you back and you got a gut full of baby with him, and y'all back and happy. But you just told us that he was crazy.
Yeah, you can't do that. You can't do that.
Even and this is a little off the tangent, but I just be looking at some of these people that be just dogging they child's fathers on the internet.
Cannot do
screenshots, bashing them. I'm talking about like straight disrespect, like just straight disrespect.
You know what's funny though? I always think like, you know, you picked him.
Yes.
So what does it say about you?
Yes,
exactly.
This is spoken from a baby mama.
What's crazy is I see that a lot in our group.
Yes.
But when you then say that, oh, you're misogynistic. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm just actually calling out what I'm seeing. You
Right.
projecting your issues on somebody else because you have not addressed them.
And I feel like that, granted, I'm not a parent.
Yeah.
I don't know how it feels
Me neither.
to operate in that. But I will say that I would imagine that if I had chosen an individual and me and this individual could not work out, I want that person, or I want him to be the best him that he could be. Because I need you to be a good father to my child, and you cannot be a good father unless you're a good person.
This is what I'm living, you know, and I don't talk about because I'm not the person to talk about it like that. You know what I'm saying? So we not the best of friends, but I respect that man, and I want the best for him because guess what? We play for Team Skylar.
Yes.
Okay, so when I'm operating at my best, that means Skylar's winning. When he operating at his best, that means Skylar's winning. So I want that. I pray for him every day.
You should.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't no hard feelings, and I'm not gonna disrespect that man. Like, that's the bottom line. I just don't understand. A lot of these women, y'all be having some real.
And going into the disrespect, because that's a great segue.
That's the disrespect.
So Wheatie disrespected Quavo when she went and did that respectfully Justin shit with that threesome conversation.
Ain't gonna lie to you.
She sat down with her ex. That was
messy as hell.
She shouldn't have she should not have been there.
It was messy as hell.
Yeah, you sitting down with your ex-boyfriend.
It was a lot.
Had they been broken up at the time?
See, that's what we don't know.
Right.
Because it all this stuff seemed to happen right after that clip. But the thing that was alarming to me was, it was just like, okay, so which side released the actual elevator video?
Somebody who seen it at the time and had it in their phone and was waiting on TMZ,
But the thing about it is,
and the
though,
check.
it's like which side actually stands to benefit the most from it.
Yeah.
Sweetie just got a new publishing deal. Quavo has a new album getting ready to come out. So again, it's a PR spin to it at some point because there's money to be made off of the actual video.
For sure.
So somebody's actually trying to make it play out in the court of public opinion.
And neither of them have made a public comment about it.
Well, Quavo came out and said something, I think it was like yesterday, the day before yesterday, saying he didn't put his hands on that woman, but that's clearly not the case because you did. So it's like a contradictory, but at the same time, like, bruh.
And then did y'all see him drop the clip of his new...
The new song?
Yeah.
No, but he was talking about allegedly jumping Justin. Yeah. Ain't nothing but a little bit of straightening.
Yeah.
That's all it was.
And that.
But it's timing. Like he said, it's the timing.
But it was about.
Highly coincidental.
It was
what's
about
happening right now. So
I mean,
I wouldn't be surprised if they just sitting back laughing probably at everybody because they coerce this whole thing.
They could be back on good terms.
I don't think
now.
so. I feel like they could get back on good terms, and I feel like it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard for them too because they've already put the public in their business.
I'll say this: I don't think Sweetie was ever really into Quavo.
Really?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
I am.
I know Quavo really liked her because even now he still has great things to say.
Yeah,
so why he take the Bentley back?
I think that he loved her.
Nigga, that shit is. I'm not asking for all the stuff that I gave my exes back.
Did she?
It's a Bentley though.
You're right, but still,
ain't nobody paying on
she
that shit every month.
Too.
And you talking about you bringing a nigga to the bedroom?
What did Lil Duval's mama tell him about the next woman that he got with?
Tell me.
Let her come in and go out with what she came in with. Don't be buying her no car. Don't be buying her no house.
Because I'm trying to.
That's just it. So if I'm not with you any longer and that car is worth $250,000, that car coming back.
You know what? These are rich folk problems that I don't have
yet. You can keep the Birkins. That car coming back though.
I just feel like I don't know. I mean, because I'm definitely not in that tax bracket. But
I
feel like if I intentionally did something for my
I'm
partner,
not no Indian giver.
I don't want that. Like.
It's a Bentley.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like,
but I gave it to
I'm
you.
Not paying on that shit every month because your ass want to be out.
The car is still in my name.
Exactly. Fuck that.
If he was serious about you, guess what? That car would have been in your name.
That's true. That is true too. That's true too.
Let's not play like we don't know what that is.
Fact.
Did he sign the car over? No.
We don't know.
No.
Apparently not.
Obviously not because he went and got that.
Exactly. It ain't like he went out there and bought her a business and the business is now her name. He's trying to repossess the business. That's different. It's a car. It's a tangible object that going to depreciate in value.
Exactly.
Anyway.
It's depreciating and sitting over there.
Right.
She probably ain't going to drive the car.
No matter who's driving it, and it ain't an everyday type of car anyway. So no matter where it's sitting at,
damn,
it's
that
still
shit
going to depreciate.
Is real unfortunate.
Yeah.
Well, good luck to both of them because I do love Sweetie. I'm an icy girl in my head, so
good luck with that.
I'm a glacier boy.
Okay.
He's a glacier
you a
boy.
glacier boy. I wish
Right.
them the best though. I feel like I don't know what they gonna do, but now that they put it out here, it's gonna be looking crazy.
They learned the situation. Keep my shit off IG.
And let me tell you,
Facebook and everything else.
if anybody else ain't watching, I want y'all to watch. Like, I need all of these other cute little IG celebrities partying and Meg. Y'all better keep it cute, keep it cool, and make sure you pick her ass up when she done playing with Hot Girl Summer.
I think Party is good for Meg though.
I love
They
him.
both got that connection with music, and he's a songwriter and she can rap, and I think they're gonna be good.
And he's underrated.
Yeah.
He's very underrated.
They look
so
like
I think
they
that's
is,
what keeps him humble. But I also think that she recognizes like he's really a true star.
Yeah.
And so she values that.
Even she said recently, like he has helped her with her mouth.
Yeah.
Because her mouth is reckless.
Yeah, she made that post. She made a tweet about
I
that.
just want to say, like,
Growth is inevitable.
Look
Just with the right person.
Say it,
But
Queen.
Please.
I just love I love it when a relationship is beneficial on both sides, and when, and I'm saying, I'm trying to like choose my words because I.
All right. Pat, you got a perspective because we're gonna just move around. What's your perspective you bring to the table?
Well, the only perspective that I have is more so I'm curious to see or hear what you all's thoughts are about the Deshawn Watson story. I'm not sure if you all are following or have been following or what y'all sentiments are regarding it.
Okay, so that kind of plays also a little bit into the T.I. shit because it's like we're in so Deshawn Watson is trying to get traded off the Texans, and now he has a lot of people allegedly saying that he's had sexual misconduct, and now it's just a lot of cases coming out the woodworks. Me, I don't personally like these types of situations because you're guilty until you're proven innocent, and sometimes it's just really fucked up how you fuck up your legacy.
But I also feel like that when in those regards, and I don't tune into the podcast, which I've been saying that I want to, but I always watch clips of what's the podcast?
The I Am Athlete.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been watching that. I do watch
you should. It's good.
And my
Shout out to
issue
George.
when it comes to things like that, like it always this story runs me back to the Michael Vick, and I feel like that industry intentionally. Whenever black men are trying to elevate themselves, whenever they see somebody coming up, they intentionally do whatever that they can to demean their character.
Buck breaking.
Yeah,
that's it.
they intentionally do what they can to, like Michael Vick means so much to Atlanta, but the Falcons just disregarded him. Like,
which is why I'm going to
in this situation,
Andy Reid for giving him that redemption right there.
Absolutely,
that was dope.
But in this situation, it's just like, how timely is it that this young man is trying to elevate in his career, and he wants to be traded. And I think, wasn't he having some type of issues like with the owners or something?
So the owners completely, like, they butchered that organization. So over the past year, they've traded some high assets, basic assets that were helping the team win. Deshawn voiced his actual grievances with ownership. Ownership didn't like his stance. Also, social injustice was happening. He was very vocal about that. They didn't like that as well. Then they fired the head coach, and he wanted say on who they were going to bring in. They were like, yeah, we consider that. We consider that. They hired somebody without even, considering him as an athlete, as, the star of your franchise. And he felt like that was, again, another level of betrayal.
Right.
So he voiced those grievances, and then he said, you know what, I'm tired of this. Y'all done gave me this big contract. I'm from Gainesville, Georgia. I'm from the sticks. I don't really need a whole bunch of money. I'm paid. I got $40 million guaranteed. Trade me. Few conversations came out about him hiring massage therapists. These massage therapists, this is where I feel like he went wrong. He's booking these massage therapists off of like social media. So Instagram and Facebook and things like that. These women are out there, promoting their businesses. And that's where I feel like he went wrong. Do I believe that, there are some misconduct? Probably. Probably. But do I believe all 39 women?
No.
Oh, it's 39 now.
Allegedly.
Because see, that's the thing. And I hear what y'all saying. And, the same argument was said before things really got to the table with Bill Cosby. Y'all just trying to mess up this man's legacy. And that nigga was
But some people did say they was lying, though,
but
right?
Here's the thing about Bill, too, though. Like, if you go back and read the transcripts, the main woman that was then, being used as the witness, she stated that she went back multiple times. So it's not just an isolated situation. It was multiple instances. Now, the thing that's alarming about Deshawn Watson is the lawyer that's representing all these women is actually neighbors to the Texans owner.
Okay, and so that gives us, what's that called? You're not supposed to do that. What is that? That's
It's collusion. It's collusion of some sorts. And I mean, and then he's also the type of attorney where, again, he pushes things out to the public, so therefore they condemn that person before it's even an investigation.
Which is what we just talked about.
So there is no criminal investigation with all these 39 allegations, but it's a money grab. Let's not be, let's call it what it is, a money grab.
Same thing with the T.I. and Tiny situation.
It's just going to be real difficult to manage if it's some shit that comes back on this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because unfortunately, I do err on the side of guilty until proven innocence when it comes to matters like that, because that's nothing to play with.
But can we agree that this society that we're in now has become very sensitive to everything? Like not even just like sexual misconduct, like everything is a think piece. Everything is a problem.
I want to say something, but I feel like it's gonna come off wrong. But yeah, I don't think I should say it. So
it would be a sound clip that will haunt us 10 years from now.
Yeah, because I feel like this is like one of those situations where you have to tread lightly because it's a thin line.
Okay, so here's my thing. All right, so what do you all think about? Okay, what's the fine line between flirting and harassment?
Let's talk about this.
Unwanted flirtation.
Period.
Because I have literally had an incident last night. I work at a lounge, at a cigar bar, and it's this older man that has been bothering me since I've been there. Now, at first, I was extremely nice because I'm the new girl, and everybody's like, "Oh, we got regulars," but didn't nobody tell me that we had this creepy regular. Yesterday, he offended me. He definitely like swiped my butt, right? And my initial reaction was in offense. Immediately, one of the other regulars who also not tightly wrapped either was like ready to take his ass to the back on that. Yeah. I'm so appreciative because I had a witness that saw that the line was definitely crossed. But men, I don't want to generalize.
But
I think that both parts. Women need to do a better job of identifying that line, and men have to respect it, period. There's no negotiation about it. Once the line is...
Who defines the line?
That's a good question.
I think both parties.
Because even sometimes, and like I said, I'm not the advocate for the devil. However, women
I'm about to piss y'all off.
Go ahead, piss them off.
Women determine the line.
I think the women determine the line too.
I was about to.
And you want to know why? It's as simple as this. If a guy's attractive and you like him, and he says something complimentary about your outfit, you're gonna then say, "I appreciate it. I thank you for it." If a guy the creep says some shit to you, you're like, No, I'm good. The woman defines that line.
I was gonna say I'll take accountability in an instance like this because I feel like I have been in situations where, like, when I recant the situation, I'm just like, damn, like I was a little too friendly, or that shit was out of line, but I didn't check him the way that I should have, or allowed things to linger. And then I'm just like, why is this dude always pushing up on me? Or because I'm not defining that line.
Right. Yeah. That's my own reflection from the situation. This is the same guy that has been bothering me, the 3 months that I've been here.
And then that's a different situation because again, like you've identified that's harassment. You don't appreciate it. You don't like it. That man should then be, pulled to the side, say, hey, leave her alone.
Right.
Or, at that point, security should say, you know what, you can't come in here any longer because you're harassing, employees that work at this establishment. You're making them feel uncomfortable. You cannot be in this establishment while these individuals are working on these shifts. That's just it.
Right. Okay, so what about when you are, as a man, right, you heard that Keisha was going. And you want to try Keisha, but Keisha ain't going the same for you. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I feel like that is how a lot of women get into uncompromising situations as well. Because it's like, damn, you just gave it up for bruh. Why you ain't doing the same for me? What about those situations?
Women define the line, like you said.
They do. And that's
and we have the ability to do that. But what about I want to flip the switch?
Do you?
I mean,
but okay. So here's my thing. So okay, to say Deshawn is exonerated of all those instances, those cases. You said he's guilty until proven instances in that scenario. If he's exonerated, what happens? He's now labeled. Oh, he got some kinks about him.
Yeah, he's tainted.
That takes a chink on his reputation.
He's tainted.
What happens to those women? Nothing. That's a problem for me because I got some coins and I ain't finna go for a woman trying to be in my face and acting like she like me, and then I do something she doesn't like, and next thing I know, I'm being questioned about some inappropriate behavior. It was consensual when she liked me.
Right.
When she liked me.
And that's what I was about to say
problem.
that I felt
Good
like
point.
would have been inappropriate. Like, I feel like in instances like
I read
this,
the mind. I was telekinetic. I was going there.
when a woman knows that a man carries a certain amount of power, or when a man has
Status.
Sometimes as women we push the envelope, and then now
Almost
when
like
you
collateral.
do something that potentially makes me feel uncomfortable, now I'm saying,
I have
Well, it's
leverage.
me. Yeah.
Yeah.
leverage or collateral.
and
Yeah.
and
I
you know,
just-
I feel like that's not okay. Like,
It's
I just want to know
Yeah, what's up?
when that situation is flipped and a woman makes unwanted advances towards a man.
Come on now.
It's
What's
still,
your question?
It still gets tricky, and that's
It
the
was-
same
it's,
thing.
it's tricky because
It's still
okay.
tricky.
all
This
right.
is
Now
a
it's your
negative-
word against mine.
Right.
All right. We'll do it like this. Solange kicked the shit out of Jay-Z in the elevator. Did he go and press charges and ask for an investigation? No. Why? Because it would have attacked his male pride. There was no actual incident that you saw, any type of bruise, any type of battery. All you saw was, Solange.
Went ham on his ass.
Exactly, on his ass, and that was it. So I understand where you're coming from, but it's like, again, what are boys told when they're growing up?
Don't hit a woman.
Don't hit a woman. Be tough. Be strong. That type of stuff. So it's still the same thing playing out as we're adults. So that's just what's taking place and what's happening. It's a double standard that is, across the board, just fucked up. Period.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, Pat, thank
been
you
great.
for
Thank
this
y'all.
perspective.
Thank
That was
y'all.
good. That was good. Go
y'all.
ahead and
Thank y'all.
promote your stuff.
Oh, for sure. Check out Wait on the Podcast. We have Wind Down Wednesdays. We also have IG Lives on Saturdays. We also have the subscription that you can go and log on YouTube. Check us out. Come check us out.
And your shoe business too.
Yeah, so I got a few sneaker things about to collab, about to happen. I also have a barbershop inside of North DeKalb Mall, inside the airport as well. So if you're traveling,
Yes.
please stop through. We also have a full-service salon as well. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's lit.
Do your
pretty
thing,
much it.
Pat. Talk your
Yeah,
shit.
absolutely.
That's
I appreciate
lit.
y'all for having me, though.
Yes,
Absolutely.
I really
yes.
do, really do.
This was a great conversation. I'm so excited to have our listeners hear it.
I'm looking forward to posting it because I'm probably gonna
Yes.
piss some women off.
Fuck 'em.
It's a bunch of little clips in here that are
Fuck
gold.
Yeah.
Yes.
Self-mastery does
And
great
I'm-
things.
Yeah. Self-mastery is the key. That
Oh my
might be the
God.
name of the episode. Self-mastery.
It is.
I was thinking double standard, but that wins.
I think that could definitely win. But we're gonna close the show here. Deaconess will be back on the
Yes.
pulpit
I got
next week.
A good word downloading for you all, but sometimes when you engulf yourself, you want to make sure that you are able to apply it before you go out and share the gospel. But it's coming. Keep your good sis in your prayers. I'm gonna keep praying for all y'all.
Yes,
love it.
let them use you. And before we go, please go to sluttyvegan.shop and use our code SluttyNightmare
Swing.
to purchase your Slutty Vegan merch.
Yes.
Also,
Nightmare Radio. Let's
we
go.
just dropped some new
Yes.
heat on the
Yes.
shop and
Okay.
drop. Our new bootleg tee.
the mixtape coming.
is up now.
Hit the
Yeah,
link
gang,
in
gang.
all of our
Make
bios.
sure you get
gang.
you some
Yes.
merch.
And when your package touchdown, make sure you take a cute little selfie, a little boom boom, and tag your girls.
Gang,
Okay.
Yes.
Absolutely.
But with that being said, we thank y'all for listening to the show. Don't sleep. Like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts. Share with your friends.
Spotify too.
And we're gonna keep it lit for y'all. Keep it locked. Don't sleep. It's Nightmare Radio. We out.
All right.